Oh, hi there. It is Monday, it's the start of a new week, and there are two big WSL games scheduled in the next 10 minutes. Unfortunately, they're overlapping, which is a huge disappointment for me because I would love to watch both of these games. But the games on tap are Koshiro, enough said, top player in Brazil in Division 1 game going against Victor C, who we, I believe, have seen also in the past. Hey, Fordoon, happy Monday to you. So two really, really, really great players. And then at the same time, we have Abigail, friend of the channel, and EP Player, friend of the channel. EP Player was interviewed on the Shogi in the West podcast, Edward. If you're interested, check that out. And he'll be playing. I wonder if he'll be playing Urshin or Ryu. He has not been playing it as often, but I noticed earlier today, I was taking a look, and let me switch back to 81 Dojo. He is 5 Dan now, which is, as far as I'm concerned, a monumental achievement. So he's up there. I don't think I forgot. I think I just had not seen that this happened. So, unless I'm just going crazy, because when we interviewed, he was 4 Dan. And I don't recall seeing the switch, but maybe he did, and maybe my brain is just playing games with me today. But 5 Dan, incredible. And Abigail, I haven't seen Abigail play in a long time. Let's take a look at that. Is it AAV? It is AAV, I think. Maybe just not logged in. I'm probably pronouncing the name incorrectly too, but I have not been corrected on stream, so I'm gonna say that. So Shodan, very nice, achieving that, and should be interesting and it should be fun. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in a game of shogi. It's Division C, so before those games start, let's look to see the standings. Where are we? Division A here. So it's Koshiro. I think these are the top two. Oh no, Brazil is down because of the scheduling conflicts, right? Week 4 I think was rough. Or did they lose all those games to Singapore? It's hard to say because Singapore is very strong. Where is that? I don't know where that is. So United States 1, hanging tough at number 1, up by a point of tie breaks. And France 2. Wait, so Victor C is France 1. Victor C is France 1. So this game will determine the winner for this week. YKT did lose to Carnivorous. I apologize if that's a mispronunciation. Hey, Taylor McKinnon, nice to see you. And Takashima-san won against Shogiban. So Koshiro and Victor C, this is going to determine the winner of this. And every point matters anyway. So, even if so you want to win. France 1 is currently in the middle of the pack, and Brazil always a contender. And I don't know how many times they've won, but I know they've won WSL at least once. And they're a bit back, but there's plenty of time to go. In terms of Division C, where we have EP Player and Abigail going, it's France and Slovakia. Slovakia right now is tied for 3rd, and France 3. It must be France. Yeah, France 3 is in the middle of the pack. So, but pretty far behind Malaysia, who is leading. In friend of the channel, Benjamin Shuat, fellow streamer. And this game right now, so this game coming up, it's do or die for Slovakia here because they lost the first game. Don't Know lost this first game. I think they played today. It must have just been a really quick one. I wanted to stream it, but there was too big of a gap in between this game that we're about to watch and that one. And I took care of some errands today. I went to the DMV. I went and I picked up a prescription refill for Atari, our cat. And anyway, so this month is a big one here because they start out. Slovakia started out in the hole, and so this is a big game. I'm partial. I'm biased. I'm going to pick Koshiro's game to watch if there is the choice. But we can check in on the other game as time goes on as well. It's one of those moments where it would be really nice to be able to have 2 games running on 81 Dojo, so I could have 2 tabs. If I had 2 tabs running, I could just quickly switch between the tabs to go in between games just to check on them. But alas, 81 Dojo is a single page application, so we'll make do. Those games are scheduled to start in 5 minutes, and I don't see any of them being offered. But let's see if anyone is logged in. So EP player we saw is logged in. Abigail is not. Koshiro is not. And Victor C is not. So 3 of the 4 players are not logged in, and we have 5 minutes to go. So plenty of time. As I was rewatching streams and reviewing some games from the weekend, and reviewing reviewing Koshiro's study, the anti-Urashino Ryu study, and that's good stuff. I think I'd like to potentially go. No, I'm not going to do that on stream. I keep thinking I'm going to do it on stream, but then it's like, no, I don't want to get this out there. I'll hold it back. But the thing I did want to do was potentially, like, on a day where I'm not playing, or I'm trying to look for things to do, go over this list. I was showing Clubmate yesterday. I started, this is a while ago, I started building up a list, a note of the Urashino Ryu channel games and Urashino Sensei games as well. But basically, I've watched hundreds of their videos of Urashino Sensei and Urashino Ryu channel of Urashino Ryu games, but I didn't really start classifying them. So I watch, I try to learn from it, and move from there. Hey, Lorenzo Coco. And so I started at some point, relatively recently, tracking or monitoring, or not monitoring, labeling some things here. So where is it? I can't find my note. Oh my gosh, I can't find my note. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Where is it? Did I delete it yesterday? I showed him this list. There it is. So I've got like a link to a video from Urashino Sensei of versus, I'm just labeling, like, versus pushed pawn bogeying. And then there's another one of Urashino Ryu versus what I call pushed pawn bogeying, where the pawn is pushed and then the silver comes through. And then there's some just other clarifications of different games. And because I feel like I really need to do something against bogeying. I need to have a better plan than I've got my idea and then I sort of wing it. Forden, you purchased some shogi equipment from Nekomato. Oh wow. Vinyl board, plastic pieces, couple Tsume books. Very nice. You rarely pulled the trigger on these things, so you're pumped. Awesome. Yeah, the Tsume books from Nekomato, of course, are great. I imagine those are the Urano books, like the 5 and the 7s. Hey, Ghost One, nice to see you. They have mate in 1, mate in 3, mate in 5, mate in 7 at Nekomato. I think I've gotten from them. I think I've bought 3, 5, and 7, and I think I've also bought. Each of those bands have multiple colors of books, so multiple volumes, like of mate in 3 or mate in 5, mate in 7. I've also bought some from Amazon.co.jp, just sort of directly, but yeah, I've gotten those from Nekomato. Great stuff. You got both 5s and 7s. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, when you're going to pay that shipping and you're going to wait the time it takes to ship, might as well, sort of stock up while you can. Makes sense. Hopefully those plastic pieces are nice. It looks like theirs are the good ones. And so hopefully that works out. I notice a conspicuous missing thing. The clock. You did not get a clock? I still okay, you did not get a clock. I still would like to get one of those, the official, not official, but the actual DGT. I can't remember which number it is. Is it the 1200? Basically the newest DGT version Byoyomi clock. There is it, as far as I can tell, the only difference between it and the Nekomato clock, which is a rebranded DGT, is besides the color. The DGT branded clock is Byoyomi clock is black, and the Nekomato is a light brown, and it's got a Nekomato logo on there. But the black one, the DGT clock, it supports multiple periods of Byoyomi. I think that's the only difference on those clocks. And, obviously we don't play with multiple periods of Byoyomi and Shogi, kind of unfortunately. But I still think that would be a nice feature to have just in case. Like the Meijin-sen, the Citizen Meijin-sen DIT-40, which is the clock we've been using at the club. The blue with the white dial, the sort of, the famous one. Koshiro has started. Okay, so EP player has started. Koshiro is logged in. I just want to see the opening move. There we go. Urashino Ryu. We've got Urashino Ryu. So we'll stick on this for a minute or so. Actually, I'm going to get up guest mode on my phone. I'm going to get guest mode on 81 Dojo on my phone just to see when Koshiro's game starts here. Okay. So I'll keep this up. I'll keep this up. And that game started. This one looks good. This one, I really want to watch this one. He plays it differently than I do. I could see already. I would love to watch that one too, because that's a matchup that I play all the time. But we got to go Koshiro. I can't open it though. Oh gosh, I got to exit the game first. Okay. So first move. Koshiro is Gote, but I am going to flip. So I'm going to flip the board. He's deciding what to do. Victor C is going for the gimmicks. He's going for the gimmicks. Which is not a bad choice against Koshiro. I mean, not a bad choice. Yeah, I mean, there's some discussion of that. I've seen discussion of that in chess and had some discussion with people on Shogi, like against someone who is, I don't want to take anything away from Victor C, but against someone who is perceived to be a higher level, what do you do? Do you bust out your usual? Do you change it up? And I don't know. So maybe Victor C plays Soribisha, just sort of plays it normally. But we'll see. I'm sure Koshiro has tons of experience against this. Have I considered an alt account? I have, I guess. But can you have multiple accounts logged into the same browser? Would I have to open another browser? Like, is it using cookies to prevent that? Also, I think that's against the terms of service. Having multiple. Fortune. Victor C is, Fortune says, is rolling up his sleeves. Groan. Okay, you do think you have to open in different browsers. Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but I mean it'd still be okay. This machine that I stream on though, the resources I'm pushing this thing I think for everything it's got with the resources I'm using. So I don't want to say surprised. I'm not surprised that he pushed this silver up. Presumably he's going to do some Gangi-ish type of thing. Maybe, I don't know. But my understanding is that Urshinoryu is pretty okay against Sodabisha. You think it's to avoid bot accounts? Yeah. I mean, it seems a little, to me, that seems ooh. To me, that seems like a little worrying about things that aren't necessarily problems, especially in a relatively small community. But it's his site, and he knows better than I do. Wow, he's playing quickly. He's playing quickly. Are we going to? Is Victor C a quick player? So Koshiro's video, his recent video, he just uploaded on his Shogi Brazil YouTube channel. That is versus his teammate here on for WSL, Takashima-san, and they played a barn burner of a game in this year's fourth. I think it was the fourth round. It was either the fourth or fifth round of the Brazil Osho tournament that happened a little over a week ago. And it's the main event, which is played with the time they played this year with a time control of 15 minutes and 10-second Fisher increment, and it's a funny game. I mean, it's fun. It's Takashima-san played something very quirky, and he's a character at the board. He plays fast. He plays sloppily with his pieces. At one point, he was looking at his phone, and I'm just like watching this thing, like, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Yeah. Hi, VMD Ayaka. Good to see you. I really do wish we could quickly switch here between games. But this is something this is a great spot though. So I don't really want, not because I want to leave this game, but I also want to watch the other game. I'm a huge Koshiro fan. I'm a huge EP player fan. I like all these people. I want to see their games, especially since it's a Torizashi. It's an Urshino Ryu Torizashi game going on the other board. And my favorite, one of my favorites, if not my favorite, Torizashi, I just love it. Yeah, he's crazy aggro, slamming pieces. He points at squares. Nothing affects Koshiro. Koshiro is so calm through it. Nothing affects him. He's just ice. And at one point, I think he even pointed out that the other player's clock was running. He's just unflappable is the word I would use. Yeah, I don't know if you never know. You never know. It's possible, like a duck on water. His legs, you don't see them. His legs might be churning a million miles a minute under the water, but on the surface, it's just calm, just calm. So he's doing a silver. He's doing a silver Gangi. Now I suppose where's his other gold? Oh, here it is. Okay, so he's got the high mina. Sorry, I'm sorry. I completely The gold that hadn't moved is the one that my brain was just not seeing. So he's going with high Mino. Left high Mino. It's got a lot of pressure on that diagonal. That knight is sort of pinned. Yeah, it's a tough opponent. Those are the kind of opponents who can be tough, especially in their blitz games. Especially in the blitz games. Because that particular player, and I love that guy. I love him. I'm not mad or anything. He throws his pieces out there. They're upside down on the piece stand, which I would say, like, if we're going to talk about etiquette, like, I would say that is an etiquette breach, having a sloppy piece stand with pieces not flipped properly. At some point, he had a piece behind, not on the piece stand, but kind of behind the piece stand on the table. And I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, he's hiding pieces. Like, he's going all out. He wasn't, though. I think my consensus, without going back to check for sure, is that he only had that piece not on his piece stand while it was his turn. So he made his move, I think, and then he put the piece that was off the piece stand, I think he put it back on the piece stand. So, like, you can't really argue that it. I mean, you can argue things. He's someone who holds pieces sometimes while he's doing stuff. He taps the pieces. He's a character. He's taking every advantage he can out there. He's so good too. He's so creative. I've mentioned this before, but like, there is a Tokyo, I believe it's on Tokyo Peach's channel on YouTube. There's a 4-way panel or discussion, four little panels in the video. Koshiro, Takashima-san, I think James, who is or was the president of that Brazilian Shogi Association in Tokyo Peach. I think it was those four. And they're talking about the history of the event of shogi in Brazil, talking about their own personal histories. I wish I had a link to it. I apologize that I'm mentioning this without a link to it, but it's really fun and interesting. It's in Portuguese, but the auto translate, as far as I remember, did a good enough job that I really enjoyed it. I just love listening to people tell stories about shogi and show their passion for shogi, and they're all four of them are awesome. So check that out. Check that out if you're at all interested. But Takashima-san is one of the people, and as is Koshiro, of course. Lorenzo, if somebody pulls out a phone against you, you're calling the police. Yeah. It was so funny. You could see on the video that he wasn't looking at a shogi board. He was responding to messages. I think he was responding to messages. But yeah. it is over the board warfare. Speaking of message, I just got a notification there. Oh. Is Koshiro going to look to get his rook into the action? So it wouldn't surprise me with this formation. It wouldn't surprise me at all if he's planning to do this kind of stuff. This king is walled in. King is walled in. This silver is all these pieces feel like they're in a bit of danger. This game's moving quickly. This approach does seem solid. This decision that Koshiro made, and his move order in particular, dealing with Sodibisha, it seems to work. It seems pretty solid. I always feel when someone plays Sodibisha that I'm like one move behind, where they always have the ability to push this and make a mini mess of this diagonal. And he's just not feeling any of that. So, like right now, I think he's trying to clear this up. He's trying to clear this up right now. And the king is right in that diagonal. So when this pawn does come, what are you going to do? You can't take, if the diagonal is clear, you can't take. Then you take with a knight, you're going to get another pawn on that head. So I'm going to learn from this, because it surprises me that in a position like this, that Koshiro would have played the king up to 2-2. He's Gote. So our board is reversed. This is 2-2. Oh, well, this is interesting as well. So, wow. So Koshiro, it almost seems like, to me, it felt like Koshiro was playing to make this attack. But maybe he was actually making this attack and using this pawn to block that diagonal. I'm wondering about that now. So it's like, I'm going to look like I'm attacking here, but I'm not attacking here at all. I'm attacking here. Or, sorry, I'm tough with my arrows. Hey, Killer Ducky, the king is laser. GG. Yeah, we've yet to eat our rook for their laser. I mean, this is tough. This is tough. I'm not going to say that this is resign right here. I'm not going to say that this is resign. But I'm not going to say that it's not resign. Good. Good. He's fighting. This is probably the move I think I would have made as well, because there's nothing you can do on the right side. There's like nothing you can do. I guess the hope here is Koshiro busts in and you're going to be able to run. And in some time, hopefully open this diagonal. Open the laser. Take the pawn here? I'm curious, if he takes the pawn, do you take with the bishop and try to trade it? Or do you do this first? The thing is, the discovered attack doesn't promote the pawn does not promote on the fourth rank. So like taking and then taking is not even yet the biggest deal. Interesting. Does it work? Does it work? Huh. Doesn't work. So I'm thinking about, of course, pawn drop 8-7. Thinking about pawn drop 8-7. Thinking about bishop takes. I'm thinking about, well, I'm also thinking, of course, about rook takes. But rook takes, bishop comes here. We come back. He takes. We take. Huh. Boy, that pawn 8-6, I'm really liking that move. Whether it works or not, I am really liking that move by Victor C. I did not see that resource. I'm still not convinced it is a resource. You know, I'm still not convinced it is a resource, but especially now, because I think we needed that bishop. Because now the rook can just take, right? Yeah, this silver is hanging. Yeah, this silver is hanging. So what's the idea? He's going to come up. Yeah, this rook is hanging if the bishop goes. Rook won't be able to drop here because the bishop is there. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading this. So this will be interesting. I don't know if he just, I don't know what he's gonna do. Like I don't think he's gonna take with the, oh, he is. Whoa, boy. Oh boy. This silver's still hanging. It's double hanging. King takes. Like, bishop drop? What is... Wait, what? Oh! Oh, the bishop is here. So the pawn drop, you have to take... Well, if you take, then pawn drop is made. Because he'll have created a wall. Yikes! Victor C has 20 minutes to come up with something. I don't know if there is anything, but he has 20 minutes to come up with it. I think it's, I'm right. My take right now is that this is over. Bishop, gold is the threat. Gold is a threat. It's made. So you either have to take, if you take this bishop, it's mate with the pawn drop on 8-7. So what can he do? What can he do? Drop a... Cannot drop a gold here. Cannot take, because the gold again. Can he drop a gold here? No, because no, because gold drop is mate. Gold drop, gold takes up, and we get that same... Drops a rook. The gold drop is just flat out mate. And there it is. GG. Wow. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go to the other game. While we think about that. Amazing. 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 Boy, that bishop drop. Woof. The rook sack followed by the bishop sack. Sack. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. See, that move was so beautiful. That sequence was so beautiful, but you won't find that in any Tsume book. You won't find that in any Tsume problem set because it wasn't because it wasn't Tsume Shogi. It was just a win. Blunders and the entire bishop and opponent players. Yeah, it was none of it was real. It was all fake. I'm gonna flip this board. I'm gonna flip this board to the good guys, the Urshino replayer. So just start. I'm just gonna quickly go through. We saw the start. We saw the start of Urshino Ryu. He plays this differently, much differently than I do. Oh, it's not even Urshino Ryu now. It's like a Murata system-ish thing. So he's doing Elmo. He's doing Elmo. It looks like. I think this is Elmo. Boy, that's a common pattern there. Got to watch out for that, Abigail. And okay, so we're the home team here is looking pretty good. Yeah, fake duck. I think that's he does play he does not play Torizashi the same way I don't think he even plays Torizashi anymore. But I think that's his Elmo. This is just his Elmo, and this is how he plays against third file. Where I choose to play the Torizashi. He never even dropped his bishop down. I don't think that works. I don't think that works well enough. If anything, the horse can take the bishop. Like if Abigail's looking to drop on 8-3, I like take. My guess is because it's grabbed, it's grabbed, or even that. Is this better? Take, or is it take? No, that would give up more. I think the idea is get him to go back, drop the pawn. But I think the problem is once that pawn drops, yeah, this is probably cleanest. I think this is probably the cleanest. You just get the 2-for-1. You've still got your horse. There is this diamond. Is this diamond Mino? You've got this big Mino, and Elmo is not the most resilient castle, but this gold is doing some work. You can't, unfortunately, you cannot just win a game with a rook. And so the pawn, I think the idea is going to have to be getting a pawn up this file, but this gold is defending against that. So I don't know if that's any fear. I mean, that's one way to get the pawn there, but I think that's just a dead pawn. Because if he tries to fork, you just drop the lance. And then you have So yeah, so if you take and then he forks, we drop the lance. I don't think that's enough. So what? How do we stop this? Do we just drop the pawn? Do we drop the pawn? The not Sokofu, but do we drop the pawn back here? Drop the pawn. He takes the lance. And then what? How do we, or do we drop a lance here? Or do we drop a silver back here? And there it is. So I'm going through my mental Rolodex of plans, and I think, I came onto this. This does look good. That rook just can't do anything now. Hopefully we don't get a resign, but this feels like a place on the internet where you do get resigns. A based Urashino Ryu player, even though he didn't play Urashino Ryu. Okay, yeah, I can't give him credit for being the Urashino Ryu player. Hey, Kojiro, congratulations! Amazing win. Yeah, that new tech against Sleeverook sounds. Oh, so you just watched a video yesterday and tried it? Oh, thank you. I'm gonna watch that. So I think I said during the opening that you no doubt have tons of experience against this. So I thought this line that you were doing must be like your usual anti-Sodabisha stuff. You just saw it yesterday and now you're using it. That's amazing. That's amazing. That rook sack and then bishop sack, that was a thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. It really was. Maybe everyone else saw it. I didn't see it. I thought it was incredible. And the big shame, like I said, is that beautiful position cannot go into a mate book because it wasn't a Tsume. It's easy if we are told that it is he/she. Well, nobody told you it was he/she. Well, for one thing, nobody told you it was he/she. For another thing, it would not be easy for me even if they told me it was he/she. It would take, if someone said this is he/she, that still would have taken me a little bit. I think. So this is the usual kind of position that an Urashino Ryu player gets against third file rook, and it's just it's usually just a matter of winning it, and often I won't. I'm kidding. Some positions have a he/she smell to them. What does he/she smell like? What does it smell like? Like jasmine? Like jasmine flowers in the air? Hey, Greg S. Nice to see you. Mr. 10x54, nice to see you too. Yeah, this is tough. These were two tough games. It smells like victory. But what does victory smell like? Edpa, hello, nice to see you. It looks like unless EP player Nifus or makes an illegal move, it looks like your match is going to be the deciding game for this month's battle with France. Don't know lost the second board today. EP player is on track to win this game, and then Edpa has I haven't seen if it's scheduled, but is playing the third board. So this is looking good. You still have to decide it. Wow. That's the hardest part. The hardest part of WSL is scheduling it. Goodness. I had these plans. I had these plans for this long WSL stream, and we are 46 minutes in, and 10 of those minutes were waiting for the games to start. And we're pretty much about to be done with the games. Interesting. Interesting. So are we going to promote the horse? Okay. Okay. Hmm. Fighting. You finally figured out your snap for OTB? Oh, it is very satisfying. But that's the thing. I'm not sure if like snapping is a lifetime pursuit. Like shogi, snapping pieces is a lifetime pursuit. I think they can always be improved. It's always worth working on the snapping. Like once you get a good if you get a good snap, next step is snapping on a piece in on one of your own pieces. The next level is snapping on the back of one of your opponent's pieces. There's a lot of different snapping. There's snapping in between squares. There's snapping at the end of the board, so you've got to do the reach. There's the snap and slide. You pick it up, you snap it, and then slide it. There's so much swag you can do in a game of shogi. Yeah, you feel like a million dons when you snap well. Yeah. I was going to say that you may not be able to get really good at shogi, but you'll always be able to become a good snapper. I'm not sure if that's actually true. I'm not sure if that's true. Like, does finger structure matter there? Does the genetics of a snapper? Do you need to have certain genetics to be a really good snapper? Yeah, exactly. The arthritis hits. I mean, I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in years. That's why I'm thinking about, like, I don't know how good of a snapper I could be. You'll snip your last snap. Abigail's fighting. This is how it's done. This is how you do it. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Keep making threats. Let your opponent prove it. I like it. very easy to lose a game of shogi, even with an advantage like this. That said, EP player is a 5-dan. And so maybe, maybe it's the chances of a 5-dan slipping up in a position like this are probably a little lower. If you're playing a 5-dan, just think, well, it's not like he's 6-dan. Then if you're playing a 6-dan, just think, it's not like he's 7-dan. Just keep open. Oh, interesting. It's Abigail's move. Sorry. I was sort of thinking that EP player was looking for that knockout punch. Because in my mind, I'm thinking about Dream of Shogi, and I'm thinking about, like, what do we think about this move? What do we think about this move? Drop it back. We drop our knights back to add more pressure. And speak of the devil, here's I Dream of Shogi. When playing Fuji. Yeah, at least he's not Suisho. Exactly. At least... Okay, he's Abigail is defending the bishop promote. I like it. Well, wait, no. When you're playing Fuji, you don't say that. You'll say, well, at least he's not Ito. Kappa. Ooh. If Ito wins, so I've been waiting about this question. I've been waiting for this question to give people enough time to not be spoiled for I Dream of Shogi's most recent video, but that's been at least a week now. So it's been at least a week since Habu lost to Ito, and Ito is going to be challenging Fuji for I think it's the OE title. If Ito wins the OE and becomes Ito 3 Crowns, is he the best player in Shogi? Is he the best? And I think this is a different discussion, but, like, is he the GOAT? The whole what is a GOAT discussion is something completely different. King 3-9 to also unpin the gold. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Well, King, yeah. I wonder, if you're going to do 3-8, maybe 3-9 would have been a little better there. Maybe. So we do have 3 knights. I mean, we have 3 knights, so there must be mate. 3 knights with 3 knights in hand, there must be mate. Oh man, I Dream of Shogi, the Fuji fanboy. He wants none of this Ito discussion. This Ito discussion that I'm trying to bring. Oh, there it is. Fuji still performs better than Ito versus the field, you think, but certainly you'd have an argument. Certainly not a GOAT argument. I agree. You need to sustain the level over time. Yeah, I think, the GOAT, well, I believe the GOAT needs some time component to it. I believe. But some people will still say that Bobby Fischer's the GOAT. And, he never even defended his title once. Well, I guess you could say arguably he did in, what was it, 1992? Yeah, just because some people argue it doesn't mean make it a good argument. Well, Dirk is definitely not a GOAT. Dirk has never been the best player in the league. Come on. Come on. Well, actually, was there a period there where Jordan wasn't there and uh Karl Malone and I don't know who else. The best playoff run. Oh, come on. We will not have this discussion. I will semi allow the Jordan versus LeBron argument. I will, because I like some people in the chat, I will let them try to make that LeBron James argument. But there's no amount of liking that will allow me to allow anyone to say that Dirk is the greatest basketball player of all time. Or yeah. Okay. That was threatening the silver. EP player is playing this solidly. There must be a mate though, right? Take. Maybe not. Maybe there is no mate. Maybe there's no mate. And there's certainly no reason to rush a mate. There's certainly no reason to rush a mate. Interesting. I was thinking about the bishop. I was thinking taking with the bishop so that if he takes, we have the pawn and we're threatening Sumero. Shove that in there. Shove that guy in there. Eight one, I assume, is threatening the silver. Just for lack of better moves. You think the Fischer argument falls a little flat? He was the greatest player for his era, and certainly what the West in its cultural battle with the Soviets. Yeah, GG's to both players. I think for a third file rook player that may not play against this often, it's a very tough one. It's a very tough one to handle, and so that's understandable. So good game to both, and Urshino Ryu as usual prevails, but yeah, well fought. I love the fighting spirit that Abigail had at the end there. And it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson. It's not every day you're going to be playing a 5-dan in that position. So, but you will be playing people at your own level at that position. So why not work on dealing with it? Like at the end, obviously it wasn't going to go anywhere, but Abigail was still making threats against pieces. Like Abigail had no pieces, and really no way to solidify the defense. So Abigail made threats against the pieces. I like it. I like it. Yeah, Koshiro, it is incredible. It's that chess player. It's that chess player thing. It's that chess player cheat code that all of a sudden he's so good. And I'm going to use that as the excuse. I'm not going to talk about all the dedication that he's spent on the game and all the work he's put into it. Yeah, he seems like he has been loving shogi lately, for a while now, doing so much great work. And coming on the podcast is, let this be a lesson to people. Coming on the Shogi in the West podcast and doing an interview, that's at least worth one level of rank up. It's worth at least one level of rank up. So he's taking advantage of that Shogi in the West boost. Yeah, that's a good point. Kojiro makes it. Teaching new players the basics helps us to rank up. Yeah, There's a lot to that. There's a lot to that. I've heard people make similar arguments about writing books. Writing books for people who are sort of at their level or below their level is that it really forces you to think about the things that are important. So you think happening with you, so yeah, you say it happened with you. So so you must have been teaching new players the basics. But when you taught me, you're basically teaching your peer. So it's not the same, right? When you're teaching me, you're teaching me someone of the same level and the same age. Same level, same shogi level, same age. We're both 20 somethings. We're just a couple millennials. Just a couple millennials enjoying shogi. So for Bobby, it was never about defending the title so much it was about the cultural value and celebrity status, especially considering his own admission that he hated chess. Well, that's the thing. Did he do we believe that he really hated chess? First of all, I don't know if I trust that quote. Just because I've never heard it come out of his mouth. I've only heard people say that. So I still wonder if he actually said that and what the context was. Because surely you can't get that good in a game without liking it. You could grow to hate a game, of course. But like, did he hate the game when he was champ? Yeah, he had a much better case before Kasparov, before Karpov, before Vichy, before Carlsen, who are all incredible. That's true, Lorenzo. That's true. That is true. He did say a lot of stuff in his later life. But yeah. Yeah, but in my mind, he cannot be considered. I mean, he can be considered, of course, but in my mind, he can't be considered for the greatest of all time because he didn't even defend once. That just seems like such a mental weakness that I think that discounts anything. I just think that discounts anything. Like, I think you can't even really make the argument that he was so much better than everyone else of his generation. The argument I think a lot of people will make when they're saying that he's the greatest of all time is that he was so much better than everyone else in his generation, much like Morphe. But I don't think that holds because I think you need to give people a chance to adapt to you. Like, you can't just be like, oh, you play a few years and you're so much better than everyone, but then like you don't give them a chance to adapt to you. I just said I justified what I said by repeating what I said, which obviously is not an argument, but yeah. So for me, that's why he can't be there. I think it's very hard to argue against Kasparov. But at the same time, I think it's also very hard to argue against Carlsen. You know, the greatest Carlsen is the greatest player in the computer generation, which makes people better than they were. Well, first of all, Jordan three-peated, then quit, and then came back and did it again. So you know, he went to play some baseball. He was so good. He was so good that he had to go to a different game. But a three-peat is a little different than a one and done. I mean, has LeBron James even won a title yet? I don't even know. I don't know. I remember that, you know, he has a ring because of, darn, this would go down much better if I remember the guy's name. You know, he has that ring because of that star on the Miami Heat got him the ring. So he has a lot of rings, but he doesn't have a lot of titles. The serious question, because I don't follow any of this stuff anymore. Does LeBron, does he have a championship ring when he is the best player on the team? Like when he is the highest performing player on the team? I'm curious. I'm not joking or being sarcastic. Because you could certainly argue for Miami he was not the best player. I think Los Angeles has that other really good player, right? Cleveland. Oh, I forgot about Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland. I didn't, you know, I wasn't living there at the time. But yeah, okay, so he was probably the best player on Cleveland. No, Cleveland had that one crazy guy from Argentina with the big hair, right? You did hear a quote from Spassky where he said something to the effect, stop playing Bobby. Wait, to the effect, stop playing Bobby. Wasn't a matter of win, lose, but survival. I don't quite understand. Okay, Anthony Davis was there, but LeBron was the best in LA. Okay, so he was the highest performer in those series. Yeah, Luka Doncic. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Wait, is that it? The one in Cleveland? No. I'm thinking of someone else. Not Valderrama. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, he wasn't the best on that Miami team. Get out of here. He was not. No. Dwayne Wade. That's the name. Dwayne Wade. I finally recalled it. Dwayne Wade was. Yes, Anderson Varejao. Anderson Varejao was the best player on the Cleveland winning team. Yeah. Now I'm trolling with the Varejao. I am not trolling with the Dwayne Wade stuff. Wait, wasn't Dwayne Wade the MVP in that series? Oh, Varejao wasn't even on the Cleveland team that won. So that shows what I know. Well, what about Mark Price? Mark Price, Brad Daugherty. Mark Price, Brad Doherty, World Be Free. They were all better than LeBron. That was my era. That was my era as a kid, being a fan of the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'd go to my basketball game and I'd come home and we'd be listening on the radio. Mark Price for 3. Oh, that playing Bobby wasn't a matter of win or lose; it was survival. he's like he had a bit of like Takashima-san. Koshiro just didn't get affected at all by the mind games. Yeah, Koshiro should have played Bobby Fischer, because none of that stuff would have bothered him. It's so unfortunate that these two games were scheduled on the same time. It would be cool. I mean, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work for WSL. Someone would have to put a lot of work, but like, I think it'd be cool if when you're scheduling games, you could see sort of like when you're scheduling, there's a calendar kind of, and it would say like, oh no, Koshiro is playing it. Not no. It's like, who else is playing at this time window that I'm proposing? Oh, Koshiro is playing at this time window. I want to watch that game, so let me schedule it all down. Okay, he did win the MVP. I mean, he was given. I'll say he was given it. I think D Wade deserved it. He's the hero of Miami. Do we know that Bobby Fischer never played shogi? Oh, this game was from last month. Oh, interesting. Oh, so that's extra important now. Oh, so that gives you the point. That gives you the point. Those are just details I dream of shogi. Don't let these details get in the way of a good narrative. The what would we say in school? God, if you love LeBron James so much, why don't you marry him? No, we would say that in school, but that sounds like a Napoleon Dynamite would have been the most recent place I would have heard something like that. Okay, there's no evidence that Bobby Fischer played shogi, but there's no evidence that he didn't. So you're saying there's a chance? Oh, in the finals, Dwayne Wade only averaged 15.9. Well, LeBron probably got the average. LeBron probably got his points up in garbage time. Dwayne Wade's were, in the critical moments. You could argue that. You could argue that. But you could also argue that Dwayne Wade had more critical rebounds and assists and steals. You could probably argue that. And he served as an inspirational leader for the rest of the team. Yeah, Kasparov did play shogi. I wonder if he still does. I wonder if he still does. So who is the best? Who is the best chess grandmaster at shogi right now? Is it Zkid? Like the the best shogi playing grandmaster in the world? Probably Zkid. I don't know how good a Wonder Liang is. I know that he was playing shogi at some point, but I don't know if I don't know if he focused on it or what level he was. Matthew Sadler, I think, is in the 3 Dan-ish range, 3 to 4 Dan-ish range, I think. Peter Heine, who we've seen on this channel, is 3 Dan, but he could probably be above that. But right now, Z-Kid is 5 Dan with a bullet. He must be. There's no one else that's going to be that good. I can't imagine. Larry Kaufman. Larry Kaufman is also in the running. Thank you. Yeah, Larry Kaufman's also in the running for that. Yeah, so if it would be a battle between those two. I think they're both on 81 Dojo 5 Dan. Yeah, that's a good call. So they would both be in the running. I'm not sure if anyone would even be close. Because you have to play to be 5 Dan level. You have to focus on I think you have to focus on shogi. You can't just play you can't just be a great chess player and play infrequently and get to 5 Dan. I don't think. Gosh, I hope not. That would be incredible. Yeah, unless Kasparov has a secret alt account. But the age, though, the age would matter. Hey, Edward Panko, thank you. Congrats on that nice win. You technically played Urashino Ryu, but you did not bring the bishop down. So that was good. You know, you're still doing your Elmo thing, but I did use this as justification for Urashino Ryu again. I have a feeling that your opponent was a little unfamiliar with dealing with that from third file rook. I think it's a tricky thing for third file players that don't have that experience. Yeah, Mr. Kaufman is not young. He is not young. But he's still very strong at shogi. I don't know about chess these days, how much he's playing chess, but he's very strong in shogi. And yeah, his son is also good. Tuan Berg is a strong GM at shogi. I don't know who that is. Who is EP player? There is a Edward. There is a 3 Dan who I played the other day from Slovakia, and he played Sodebisha against my Urashino Ryu. I was wondering if maybe he picked up Sodebisha as sort of a trying to give you difficulty. He gave me difficulty. I timed out when he had already built an advantage. I made a mistake in the middle game. But I think he's either 3 or 4 Dan on 81 Dojo. We played a 10-second game, and I was speculating that he picked that up because of you. I'm not seeing him here. I'm not seeing the Slovakia flag. Is it like Overwatch? Yeah, Hikaru has to have tried the game, but I don't know. Oh, Lorenzo, you say apparently he does not like the game. You saw some. Yeah, that would make sense. He doesn't like it probably because Magnus doesn't like it, which is fair. It might be the ego thing that you say. I do think that there is a significant difference between these games where, yes, there is a lot of overlap where chess players would love shogi and vice versa, but there are a lot of differences that could account for a chess player not loving shogi. I think like Magnus says, the pieces suck. You know, that's his argument, and I think I have no disagreement with that. It's just whether that bothers you or whether that negatively impacts the game is really just your choice. And he likes the dynamic pieces, which is understandable. No soda all day every day? What is that? What let me find his name. I have the let me the Lee Shogi, my recent study here. What am I doing? Profile. 81 Dojo 10 seconds. Conqueror 99. Conqueror 99 is the player that I played. Let's see if he is logged in. Nope. Did he spell it with an E? Did I misspell it? Did I misspell it? Oh, double R's. Double Conqueror. Yeah, so I had not seen him on 81 Dojo before until we played the other day. So who is the username who you're talking about? Is this a grandmaster? He's now 4-dan. He's 4-dan. So he promoted since he got the Shogi Dad power up. He appeared on stream beating me, and he leveled up to 4-dan. So can I just say I got beat by a grandmaster? It's all right. They call him a pure static rook player, but I don't know if Sodibisha counts for that. If you check the history, there's a huge gap here. Well, he only has 350 games. Oh, it's not a Slovakian GM. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a Dutch GM. I'm sorry. I completely misunderstood from the beginning, or I made an assumption at the beginning that you were talking about a Slovakian GM. Ah. What does this say? Nihongo. It says Nihongo something, I think. A man in his early 30s from Central Europe who can speak Japanese. Okay. Okay. Does that GM, does that Dutch GM have an 81 Dojo account? Oh boy. Wait, his fees are raging is around yours. Okay. Okay. Wow. Let's look at Visa. Oh, there it was. I saw Berg. So he's 3-dan. He's 3-dan in Visa. So he's been playing shogi consistently, but not many tournaments. Is this just every Is it twice a year? He must play 2 tournaments. Does he play 2 tournaments twice a year? Or is this, or do they add a new line for every year? So maybe he just plays ESC every year? Is that it? Oh, here are the tournament list. Okay. Ah, the Open Dutch Shogi Championship. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so he does not play ESC. Shogi at the Beach. That sounds like an amazing tournament. I noticed the date is conspicuous. It's conspicuously before the COVID lockdowns. These cool events. Shogi in beer, Shogi at the beach. Did those all just... Shogi and fireworks. Did all those just die off with the lockdown? So who plays in these? Who plays in these? Okay. Ah. So anyone can join these. Anyone can join the Open Dutch Shogi. Have you been playing any in-person games? Has anyone in chat been playing any tournaments in recent months? Like in the US, we don't have many tournaments. You know, we just have clubs. Boy, there are a lot of strong players in Europe. Woof. Look at this list. That's a big list of strong players. Koshiro's in that list. Wait, what is 1 Dan? What is it? Wait, how is Koshiro 1 Dan and then 3 Dan? What does that mean? What does that mean? Grades. Does anyone know? 1 Dan Fiza, but why does it say 3 Dan? Oh, 3 Dan in JP. Interesting. Oh, wait, so the Fiza website also shows like a Japanese rating? But what Japanese rating is that? Wait, what does that mean? Like Shogi Club 24? Like Japan doesn't have official ratings, right? I saw a 5 Dan. Frank Rovkamp is 5 Dan. 5 Dan in Japan? Is that real? Or is that honorary? Thomas Foffel has 5 Dan in Japan? Tomita-san is 3 Dan JP. Telmarch 5 Dan. Wait, so all these guys have gotten their ratings in Japan? Something's up, because Nishimoto-san is 4 Dan, and he was like ridiculously good in that ESC, right? Or am I thinking? Yeah, he was, but Kobayashi was also interesting. Anyway, very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. I didn't think anyone really took the JP club ratings seriously, since they're so ununiform. So if Koshiro is Shodan in Fiza, I guess that means I'm like 10Q. What's the deal there? How is that even? Oh, there are a lot of people on this list. Oof. Okay. See, I Dream of Shogi is 4Q. Yeah, Koshiro just didn't play well enough. Yeah, that's true. The Europe looks down on Koshiro's style. Fiza's coming up, or ESC's coming up, right? When is 2026 European Shogi? I don't hear anything about this in the Discord, but maybe I'm just not listening. August. Is there a website for it? I'm not seeing a website. Oh, I guess maybe the Fiza website does double duty. Oof. Oh, who won this? Who won this? Do we have results from the Kishin tournament, the European Kishin tournament? I like this board. I like the board and piece set. Like this is I think this has already happened. Did you qualify? Yeah, Kaya boards are Kaya boards and nice boxwood pieces or tsuge pieces. So nice, so nice. Hold on, let me. I wonder who did this. Didn't last year Shogi Dojo Leon made a video about the participants. Hopefully that'll be coming. Hopefully that'll be coming soon, or near the time. I guess he probably has time until European Shogi Championship. So have any friends of the channel qualified for ESC through this, or qualified for this turn? The top 8. It's different this time. Okay, so what does it say? April 6th, 26th, which months ago. The tournament will also qualify for an IRL final. Yeah, in Paderborn, 2026. 3 qualification tournaments. Is there any results page for these? Let's see on Shogi Wars. I don't think Shogi Wars would show it. Oh, there's one of them will be in June. Okay, so let's see. How is this? Is this? Oh, this is not showing up on stream yet. I'll just switch to this view, even though the data is wrong. Let's find our friend here, Buggy D Clown. Oh, you haven't ranked up. You must not be playing much. Results list. Let's results list. I don't see it listed here. Did you not play? Yeah, now we're going into last year. Also, they're 10 minutes. 10 minutes is tough. 10 minutes is tough. To get, you know, it's tough to get a lot of games in 10 minutes. Right? I'm going to put top game. Hold on, the top game. Oh, the specified room doesn't exist anymore. Oh, the KKR game. This was the top game listed on 81 Dojo. Morph is playing or finishing a game. Let's flip the board. Flip the board to cheer. Bring the power. Breaking Mino. Breaking hearts. Breaking Minos. Is their mate. You won. Complete domination. Against the 5 Don? Congrats. Yikes. Yikes. You are playing really well. Goodness. Well, I wish I could have seen it.
10秒
I don't think there's anything from here, unfortunately.
20秒 1、2、3、4、5、6
Yeah. I mean, that was the hope. The hope was this.
20秒 1、2、3、4 10秒
Anything. Is there anything we can do here?
20秒 1、2、3、4、5、6、7
You have to give up the bishop?
9
You have to give up the bishop. Yeah, I think that's the only thing. And then gold up and pray.
10秒
I don't think so, because the rook drop still worth doing. Or can you silver drop here? You know, if you silver drop onto 2, I guess it.
6 7
Interesting. I don't see the trick there. I don't see the trap there. That's surprising. It's surprising that he broke the Tsumero. Playing
10
fast.
秒 20秒 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8
Yeah, there's nowhere, nothing is. I don't think the opponent is going to let that horse hang. Yeah, and there's the resign. GG. GG. What was the opening there? What was the opening on that one? Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate that the good guys don't win. Nicholas is playing. Ooh, big game. Big game. Big game. Big game. Hey, Olive Mycon, good to see you. It's been a while. Been a while. Hope you're playing Shogi. Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you on 81 Dojo in a while either. You're just not having a lot of time lately. Yeah, understood. Life happens. Or are you going to say that you're not having a lot of time because you're playing so much shogi over the board in Japan? Is that why you moved to Japan and have decided to focus on shogi so you don't have a lot of time for the internet? Hmm. Yeah, I think that no bishop drops would have, I think, made any sense there. So gold takes pawn? Gold takes pawn or king up, king 4-8? I like king 4-8. King 4-8 feels like oh, it's not his move. I was gonna say king 4-8 feels like a mature move. Huh. Yeah, now that's surprising that Gote would allow this. I think I probably would have come back first. I think I would have taken this pawn and then so this comes back with more of a threat. Or this promote comes with the immediate threat. But I guess getting a pawn, taking this pawn allows him to drop a pawn. No, he doesn't have a pawn. He doesn't have a pawn. Too complicated to come up with all these ideas in 30 seconds. What day is today? Oh, it's Monday. It's Monday. Ooh. That's an annoying move. Yeah. Do you just yeah, and then he takes, rook takes, and then what? I don't think dropping a gold, but then we could. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. Yeah, looking for... Oh boy, that is nasty. Now take the gold. Don't Nifu. Well, I'm not going to tell him what to do. No, he should Nifu. Well, I mean, I'm thinking once he gets the pawn, but I'm cheering for Nicholas here. Oof. Really nicely hitting at these vital points. Boy. Here.
10秒。
Hey, Snowbears, nice to see you. Is there a date for West Coast Shogi Championship? I actually asked some details. Let me see, and I saw that there was a response. They didn't mention the he didn't give the date. The detail that I have, is that it says the dates for the West. Here I am reading, and I quote, the dates for West Coast tournament are fixed. Professionals Wataru Yashiro 8 Dan and Kana Suzuki female 4 Dan will join. Details are TBD. So it says the dates are fixed, but it doesn't list the dates. So I wish I had more information, but I do not. And yes, everyone is allowed to play. Everyone is allowed to play. It's a much smaller tournament. I think there were like 22 players last year. It's a much smaller tournament. 21 or 22, I think. But Jack-O-Lantern came in either second or third, and he's from Arizona. He's from Arizona. So am I going to be there? I don't think so. I don't think it is going to depend on timing and things like that. It's going to depend on timing. So, at that time, with my kids, there's a lot of family stuff going on for me this holiday season. This fall/winter, I have a lot of family stuff, which is going to involve travel. So it's going to be a particularly difficult year for me. I still want to make the tournament in Brazil, but those details, I don't have those details. So I don't know. So I don't know anything anymore. I'm going to have to get to some tournament this year, but I don't know. My plan was I will go to Brazil and I will not go to Los Angeles. But if I can't go to Brazil, then maybe I'll, try hard to go to Los Angeles. But then again, it's harder to justify the Los Angeles tournament if there's only going to be 20 people there. That kind of thing. Because the pro stuff, as much as Kana Suzuki is my main Shogi Wars voice, or was my main Shogi Wars voice, like playing pros has no appeal to me. It's sort of a negative appeal, actually. So like, I don't get any of the benefits from that. It would really just be a weekend of playing shogi, which would be nice, but it'd be a very expensive weekend for that. So long story short, I don't. Things just depend. Things just depend. Yeah. So the Pan America tournament is. I think it's still on. I think it's still supposed to happen in Brazil this year. So I've been wanting to plan for that, but I need the dates. And I know that there was some speculation about dates, and the dates would have conflicted with basically Thanksgiving week for me when my kids come home from school. So it's up in the air. I just don't have details for any of these. And the sooner the better for getting Your travel plans to Brazil. And then there's also one of these other things is that I've got nephews with some big things out in the Midwest. It's a big birthday year for my mother-in-law, so I'll probably be going overseas for that. Yeah. You didn't even know about the tournament. Yeah, it seems like it's being kept on the DL, and I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if it's just that like these tournaments don't try to popularize it much outside of the existing people. Because it's a lot of the same crew, it seems like, that want to kind of do this, like the Los Angeles and San Francisco crew. But maybe we just don't have we in the United States, Brazil, South America, maybe we just don't have enough like media presence to get it out there. Yeah, I don't know how much of this is like, yeah. I really just want to meet Koshiro. That's my main thing. Meeting Koshiro. Gost 1 plans we talked about this a long time ago. Gost 1 was planning to go. I'd love to meet both of them in person and lose to them. Nothing else on 81 Dojo. Anything going on Lee Shogi? I'm curious. I'm going to be closing up a bit here. Look at this time control. 3 minutes with 14 seconds Byoyomi. Okay. Oh, Morph is playing. Morph is playing. One more watch of Morph. Let's flip the board. Modern golf. Hmm. So what's the best way to trap this rook here? This. So he comes back there. And then this. Uh Yeah, so I think if Toking comes up, I think the rook's gonna have to go over here. Because otherwise it is trapped. Oh, he doesn't care about that rook. He doesn't want where he's going, he doesn't need a rook. He's looking for this. I think he's looking for this kind of action. The problem though is that with this token off of this diagonal, the Tataki doesn't stop this. Yeah, so we definitely have danger for the Sente side. So Morph's opponent here, I think they've got to be careful that this rook has to stay, otherwise we get in this way. I am surprised that he allowed this. I am definitely surprised a bit. So I'm not sure if I wonder, like, would it just have been practically easier to win this game without that there? But now he is going to get the promotion. King takes, drop the gold, or gold takes, and we just take here. I think, but that doesn't get us all that much. So maybe we drop the gold first. Okay, take the time there. Take the time to head that off. Hmm. So when are we promoting our drag? Are we going to make a dragon here? I don't think so. Maybe. There's no shenanigans on the rook diagonal. Yeah. Oh, hey, Chose. Nice to see you. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to you, I guess. Yeah, Modern Golf is a nice username. I like it. There's some good usernames on this server. What was this time control? Is this a 1510 or 1530? Maybe a 1030. Probably a 1030. Hmm. I wonder if this was good. It feels to me a little bit like Morph may have let him off the hook a little easy. But maybe not. The rook isn't going anywhere. I'm hearing noise upstairs. Not sure if Atari is having fun. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's yeah, okay. No oh boy. That is a not free, but it's pinned. The knight is pinned, so he cannot take. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I think that promoting the rook would have been good. Because all this seems to have helped. To me, this seems like this has helped make the castle a little better. But we do have that pawn there. Or that token. Huh. Now there's drop points. Drop points are potentially annoying here.
これより秒読みに入ります。
Yeah, there's so many offensive and defensive ideas going on. It's hard in 30 seconds to come up with a plan. For me, anyway. If bishop takes 4-4, silver takes 4-4, which defended bishop drop 3-3. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does let the rook take that pawn.
6、7、8、9。
Sumero. No. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, you think there was mate if he had rook takes 2-6. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's possible. I can't visualize the board. So what do you do here? Defend with the rook? You take? Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. He's got pieces. Got pieces. What are the hopes? Is it Sumero right now? With this rook, is it Sumero? Okay, so he does not think it's Sumero.
10秒。
Gold, king takes, bishop drop, king runs, gold,
20秒。
runs, silver. I think that's mate.
3、4、5、
I think that's mate.
7。
Morph does too. Oh, that's interesting. I would not have gone this route. Yeah, but that will do. GG. 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 All right. There we go. So, obviously it's for the home team, but was it also against a Furry Bisha player? No, it was static. Okay, so it was we're cheering for Morph, but the opponent was also an honorable static rook player. So all right. I'm just going to refresh the list here. That's going to do it for me. Thanks, everybody. This was fun. Hey, David Mello, welcome to the channel. Sorry for leaving as you're getting in here. You don't think there was a mate? There was rook defending the back rank? I don't think we needed it, though. Oh, shoot. Can I get in that game? Can I get in that game? Where is it? Where is it? I think with the bishop drop, we didn't need the back rank. Darn. I think the game is gone. Oh, no, this is it. So I was thinking. So my mate was. Just like that. I was going to drop the bishop. You know, if he goes here, we don't care about that back rank. And then what he did, yeah, so he came back, which is also right. He doesn't move there. This is it too, right? I mean, it's just. Or are you talking about a different position? Anyway, thanks everybody. That was fun. Congrats to everyone who played today. The WSL games were really cool. Oh, you didn't see that he could take on 7-7. Okay. Thank you for congrats on this one, Foradun. Yeah, so congrats to Koshiro, congrats to EP Player, congrats to Abigail, and to Victor C. I mean, congrats to everyone for having a good game, but especially congratulations to Koshiro and EP Player, the winners of those games. And yeah, good luck. I don't know if you're still here. I don't think so, but good luck to Edpa in your game 3 for that Slovakia versus France month. And good luck. And I'll see everybody later. Thanks. See you soon. Take care. Bye. As soon as I can find OBS. Bye.